Hey, y'all, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I saw somebody put it out there. Happy hump day, happy Wednesday. Listen, I'm glad to see y'all in the building because I know I was like, ooh, most of the people this week, they're going to be watching the convention, and I'm cool with that. But the train still has to pull out the building, okay? So it's Trending Topics Wednesday. I'm glad to see y'all here. If y'all are here and you hanging out with me, hit the like button, okay? So listen. It is Trending Topics Wednesday, and the topic is called tragic. Tragic. Okay? So there's this British mom. I don't understand it. I will never get it. It confuses me why people feel the need to get BBLs, tummy tucks, Botox, lip injections, facelifts, and all kinds of other stuff. Listen, at the end of the day, a lot of times people end up getting those surgeries, and guess what? They get those particular surgeries and they're still not happy afterwards. I promise you that. They're not. They're not happy afterwards. And then a lot of times they have a lot of complications. A lot of complications after they have these procedures. It's very sad. And I'm thinking to myself, if you are going to do it, I would say this. Oh, thank you, Latanya. I would say this. If you are going to do it, then you should do it in the state or the country in which you live. A lot of people, they fly somewhere else to get this thing done. They fly out of the country. They getting this thing done. A lot of them, as quiet as it's kept, they lose their life. Or they get botched surgery. Then they come back to the States and they want somebody here to fix it. You know, I never forget, but y'all remember, I'm 54. Back in the day, it was this talk show host. Her name was called Jenny Jones. And Jenny Jones, back then, when she got breast implants, they used, what did they call that? It wasn't saline. If I can't, the name is slipping my mind right now. But they didn't use saline. They started using saline after that. I forgot when the name will come to me. They used something else to make the implants. And when those implants burst and they would be leaking in the person's body. Thank you, Nika. Come on. That's why I love y'all. Come on, Katrina. Thank y'all, people. Thank y'all. They use silicone. And when they use this silicone in those breast implants and it leaked in their body, it was wreaking all kind of havoc in the people's body. And so after that, I think it was FDA said they had to use saline. So that way, at least if it busts, it wasn't something foreign and so detrimental to the person's body. You can't sleep on these implants. When you go to get a mammogram, they got to move the implant out. It's too much. And so again, back when I was growing up, magazines was heavy. You know, now everything is transitioned to a physical paper, so just online digital. So now you got the Instagram models and all of that people are looking at, and you're also dealing with people just doctoring themselves with what is it, the AI and all this other stuff. But when I was growing up, it was the magazines. People blamed people having issues with their image on the models on the magazine. They used to want to be paper thin. Then we went into this stage where everybody got to have big boobs, big butts, big lips, big everything. So if anything, I can encourage people. I don't care if you're trying to lose weight. I don't care. You do whatever you want to do. But don't mutilate yourself trying to change yourself into something else. It's just my thought process, my little tip for y'all. Love yourself the way you are. It's just so sad that people really, I mean, this mom, she had 2 children. She had a whole family that loved her, sisters that loved her. For whatever reason, she was really dead set on having a mommy makeover. She went over to Turkey. She got this mommy makeover and she didn't survive. I'm telling you right now, always, 100%. Most of my life, I was the same size. I was 130 pounds and under. Then, honey, menopause is a beast. And then came the weight. And I've been fighting it and fighting it and fighting it and fighting it and fighting it. And I'm going to continue to fight it. But I'm not about to mutilate my body just to take off the weight. I'm not. Now you got 2 kids that don't have their mom here because she wanted to get a tummy tuck. It's very sad. We're going to talk about that story. We're going to talk about Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez is ironic. There was a time period where Diddy was every story. We go to sleep and wake up and it was another Diddy story. I think we did Diddy last year, the last quarter of last year, all the way into almost the first quarter of this year. And then boom, the coin flipped and every story is Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck in this divorce. That she finally filed the paperwork for the divorce. But you know what? In the midst of her drama, she killed the relationship Jennifer Garner had with her man. Her man left her. He couldn't take it no more. He was sick of Jennifer Garner trying to help save Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck marriage. Her boyfriend told her, that's their business. Leave it alone. But no, she kept trying to help. And now guess what? Her man is gone too. So 2 relationships broken up because Jennifer Lopez just couldn't realize that Ben Affleck was not the one. Let me tell you something, ladies. If your ex divorced you and now he got a new chick and y'all share kids together, it's fine to be friendly. We're adults. We can all be adults. We can all be friendly. But no, your new wife or girlfriend ain't going to be calling me, he did this, he did that. No. Y'all work that out. I'm not a counselor. I did not go to school for counseling. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a social worker. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I'm none of the above. Y'all go figure out your relationship. So in the midst of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck breaking up, poor Jennifer Garner, her relationship is a done deal now. And the friends are talking, J-Lo and Ben friends. They said that relationship was doomed from the beginning and that they had problems on the honeymoon. On the honeymoon, they wasn't even talking. Where do you go from there? That's messy. So we're going to talk about that. Then, you know what? I mean, how many memos do we have to send to parents to say, you do not leave your kid in no hot car with the windows up and the car off? I don't even leave my 19-year-old in the car with the windows up and the car off. It just don't make no sense while I'm running in the store. He was away this weekend. And I had to go to a lot of stores. And one store, my son, he said he had enough. He said, Mom, I don't want to go in there with you. I said, all right. I said, you going to be okay? You going to sit here? I can't leave the car the whole time. No, he said, roll down all the windows. I'm going to be good. We rolled down all the windows. I went in the store, came back, and he was good. But see, you cannot leave children in the car with the windows up while you run in the store. Now, I'm originally from New York. Y'all know that. I'm from the Bronx. And what I used to look at parents when they would have their big kid looking 5 or something like that, and these little strollers and pushing them around the store, I'd be looking like, that kid big. That kid should be walking. But child, see, don't judge until you in the person's shoes. Once I had my son, and I knew how it was, sometimes you want to run in the store and run out. And if when they little like that, they take their time walking. They like, no, I don't want to get in a stroller. Nope, you getting in this stroller, and I'm zooming you around this store because I just got to pick up a couple things and I got to go. She left the 5-year-old in the car, in the Benz, the Mercedes Benz, windows up, car off. And I guess, I don't know if the kid was asleep initially, but then he started knocking on the windows. He's like, help, help, help. Then Walmart employees, they got him out. When they brought him in the store, he ran to his mother. His mother hightailed out the Walmart because she probably knew she was in trouble. She lucky he survived. She hightailed out the Walmart, but the police use the cameras, the surveillance cameras that's outside. All of these stores got cameras on their little poles and stuff like that. You may not know it, but they do. So they looked at the footage. They zoomed in on her license plates. They got her address. They went to her house. They knocked on the door, and they locked her up. Yes, they did. They locked her up. You in the Walmart shopping for 20 minutes. It's hot outside. You got the windows up, car off, and you leaving the 5-year-old in the car. How many stories do we need to hear about this? Can somebody resend the memo? Cannot leave your kid in the car. And why would you want to? Just can't. That is another reason why the family union is necessary. You got to run in the store. You don't feel like taking the kid. Honey, I'll be back. I'm going to Target. I'm going to Walmart. Or you need something from the store and your husband's there, whatever. Be like, honey, can you go and give me some milk and some eggs? I'm going to stay here, bathe the kids, and get the kids ready for bed. But when you want to leave the kid in the car, you messy and you're going to pay. I don't want to get cleaned up for nothing. Listen, people, the Democratic convention is going on, but Diva's on the train, and we about to pull the train out the building. Y'all know what I need in the chat because I'm about to load the train up, y'all. What do I need? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Wednesday night trending topics, and the title is tragic, okay? Tragic because we got Jennifer Lopez that just don't get it. Now she got the demise of her marriage and the demise of Jennifer Garner's relationship because she kept trying to enlist Jennifer to fix her marriage that was broken before it even started. Messy. Then we got the mom, the British mom. Very tragic. She wanted to get a nip and tuck. She wanted to pay a discounted price. Listen, let me add this too, y'all. If anything, you're going to get on a discount. You want to buy some clothes? Get it on a discount. Hey, maybe you want to buy some food? Cut your coupons and get it on a discount. The other day, I had to get my car serviced. They sent me some coupons in the mail. I brought the coupons to get my car serviced. But when it comes to your temple, when it comes to your body, don't get it on a discount. Because you got one body. You could buy another t-shirt. If you bought a $2 t-shirt and it was cute the first day you wore it, and after you wash it, it's shrunk and it's a piece of trash. All right, no harm, no foul. Throw it in the trash. When they mess up on your body part, you can't just go buy another arm. Get another leg. Tell them to put your old boobs back on. It don't work like that. Then we got the mom in the car. We're going to talk. Let me bring the people on in the building. Hey, Katrina.
Hey Diva, happy Wednesday, y'all. Choo choo choo.
Choo choo. Hey, Shan. Oops. Hey, Shan.
Hey.
Welcome in the building. Hey, Julius.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, listen, guys, we're going to go ahead and get right into this story because I know y'all want to go see a little something, but we're going to talk about it. Let's first talk about this British mom. Very sad, very tragic. Sometimes people get, when they really, really want something, maybe they get a little depressed about it. So don't think I'm judging y'all. This is not about judgment, but this is definitely about, if you are going to do something like this, save up so you can get it done here or wherever you live, and make sure you have looked at reviews for that doctor. And maybe if you could get the opportunity to speak to some of that doctor patients, but find out what you're getting yourself into before you get yourself into said thing. Let me go ahead and share a screen. Her family is devastated.
Happy birthday to you.
This was Cadell Brown's final birthday. She died 4 days after this celebration. A hard-working single mum of two who'd hoped cosmetic surgery would boost her self-confidence. And so with her sister Leanne, she travelled to Turkey for a so-called mummy MOT, but never came home.
For her, we're going to get her life back. So she just wanted to get there and have it done and get her old self back. That's all it was for her.
The sisters were enticed by a cut-price deal for flights, hotels, liposuction, a tummy tuck and a Brazilian butt lift. They chose a surgery called Clinic Expert, which bombarded them with looks they could achieve, repeatedly offering discounted extras. Leanne spoke to us alongside their other sister, Siobhan.
When you go in and you're paying, they're your best friends and they'll help you with anything. But once something goes wrong, it's left to yourself. Goodbye.
And for Cadell, something did go catastrophically wrong just hours after she took this picture.
I'd asked a few times how long she was going to be, and they just kept saying she was coming. And then I got a knock on the door, and 3 people walked in and just said, "Can you come with us, please?" They just started trying to say, there's complications of surgery. And I just said, "As my sister died." And he just said, "I'm sorry, but yeah." They just passed me an envelope, said, "This is your money back, and this is your sister's money back." And this is your flight. Sorry, she's dead. Here's a plane ticket. There were nothing.
Leanne was refused access to Cadell's body. When it was finally returned to the UK, more devastating news was to come. To their horror, a coroner here told them that large parts of Cadell's organs, including her brain and heart, had been removed.
When they returned her body, they'd kept pieces of her heart and her intestines.
How hard was that to hear?
Very. I didn't think it was allowed, but they said it's legal. They can take what they want. I thought you'd have to ask at least permission from family before you took anything, but
they sent a death certificate straight away and just put no, there's not even a cause of death.
We wanted to investigate this further in Turkey, but authorities there refused our visas, providing no reason why. From their Istanbul surgery, Clinic Expert insists that no evidence of organ trauma was found, and Cadell's body left them untouched. They say an internal review found no malpractice, and her death was likely caused by fat blocking a blood vessel, a risk in this type of surgery.
Günaydın, ben operatör Doktor Sinem Singın.
ITV News can reveal Dr. Sinem Singhan is the surgeon who operated on Cadell. She's now left Clinic Expert, but is performing the same procedure elsewhere. She refused an interview on camera but told us Cadell's death was due to a known complication of such surgery, not medical malpractice. Back at Clinic Expert, the relentless pursuit of British business continues. Using an ITV News undercover reporter, we held a consultation with a telesales agent at the clinic.
I'm just looking to get more information on the mummy makeover. As you can see, I'm just all a bit, I really want to go ahead with it. I've been thinking about it for a while, but you hear all these stories about things going wrong.
No, Miss, we are performing tummy tuck procedure, every day at least 6 or 7 cases.
We have confirmed 2 deaths at the clinic since 2011, figures not disclosed during our recording.
What's the worst thing that can happen with this, and has anyone ever died?
I can truly say that I never ever faced of this kind of serious experience in my entire career.
During our investigation, Cadell's sister informs us of an update.
Hello, Rachel. We will be at Sheffield Coroner's Court tomorrow.
A fresh pathology report has allowed an inquest into Cadell's death to be opened. We were with Leanne as she expressed her relief that the case was now in the UK courts.
Things can't be hidden anymore, and they know what happened now, so it's just gathering that evidence.
And they want to use that evidence to warn the 150,000 Britons who travel to Turkey every year for cosmetic surgery. 28 have died at clinics across Turkey since 2019, and many hundreds more suffer complications. Plastic surgeon Dr. Harper Machin is seeing more and more patients needing corrective surgery in the UK following procedures overseas.
Bleeding and blood collections that would need to go back to the operating theatre to be stopped are obviously a very immediate complication that, yes, would be apparent in the very short term after the surgery. But things like serious infections, sepsis, wound breakdown, skin necrosis or death of the skin, for example, in a tummy tuck where the skin is incredibly tight once it's been removed, those things are only apparent in the days, weeks, months after the surgery.
Complications that Cadell's family wish they'd known more about, as they now live with the heartbreaking consequences.
Anyone that meets her will say, she just smiled, she laughed.
Just miss picking up the phone and talking to her.
What was she like as a sister?
Loving, lovely, caring.
Yeah.
Funny.
This family has lost a mum, daughter, sister, and a best friend, and none of them know exactly why. Rachel Townsend, ITV News.
Whew. What a sad, sad story. And my heart breaks for her children. My heart actually breaks for her sisters too. You could tell they were seemed to be very just close knit, very tight. Just super, super sad. Let me just share screen again. And for part of her body parts to be missing is just crazy to me. It is crazy. Like they was trying to hide, what actually happened to her brain, her heart, her intestines. Like that's just crazy. I just can't even imagine. So, body of mom who died during Brazilian butt lift surgery, missing parts of brain, heart, and lungs, the report said. A British mom died while undergoing a Brazilian butt lift surgery from a Turkish clinic her family described as a pop-up butcher shop. And to add to the horror, her body was found to be missing parts of several vital organs after her death. Cadell Brown had just celebrated her 38th birthday when she died March 26 at a Clinic Expert in Istanbul, where she underwent an intense 3-part cosmetic procedure that included a tummy tuck, liposuction, and the BBL. Her grieving sister, Leanne, told the news. 3 people walked in and said, "Can you come with us, please?" Leanne, who was scheduled to have the same surgery during that fateful trip, recalled of the harrowing moment she was pulled from the waiting room. "They took me to a room and they just started trying to say, You know, there's complications with these surgeries. You know, things can happen. And I said, has my sister died? And he just said, I'm sorry, but yeah. Clinic officials told Leanne that Brown had died in the recovery room following the procedure. Staff claimed they were unable to wake up the mother too. They theorized some fat had traveled to her lungs. Leanne was in deep shock, but was refused access to Brown's body. Instead, the staff handed her $7,030 refund, booked her a flight home, and ushered her quickly out of the country. They just gave me an envelope and said, here's your money back, and here's your sister's money back, and here's your flight. It's like, sorry, she's dead. Here's your plane ticket, she said. When you go in and you're paying, they're your best friends. When something goes wrong, you're left to yourself. It's goodbye. When Brown's body was flown to the UK, a devastating discovery was made. Large parts of her brain, lungs, and heart were missing, according to the report. Also missing were pieces of Brown's intestines, which could have pointed to the mother of two cause of death. They sent a death certificate saying no cause of death. How can they not find anything? Leanne said. Clinic expert officials told ITV News that Brown's death was due to known complications associated with the surgery, not medical malpractice. They admitted that it's possible partial organs were removed for autopsy, but that it would have been that would have occurred after clinic expert passed along her body. No evidence of organ trauma was found. We handed the body untouched to the coroner office in Turkey, a spokesperson said. The UK government confirmed it was in communication with the Turkish government, but could not confirm whether Brown was missing major portions of her organs when she was transported back to her home country. Our sympathies are with the family of Kadel Brown, a spokesperson told the Post. We urge anyone considering a cosmetic procedure abroad to research the treatment in question, the qualifications of their clinician, and the regulations that apply in the country they are traveling to. BBLs have the greatest mortality rate of all cosmetic procedures, with more than one death occurring per 4,000 procedures. The buttocks contains various blood vessels, some connected directly to the heart. When a fat injection strikes one such vessel, fat can travel into the heart and lungs, obstructing blood flow and causing immediate death. I mean, why anyone would take a risk to get a BBL knowing that that could be the outcome is just crazy to me. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah. Hello, y'all. These people are totally, I mean, I can't tell anybody what to do with their body. It's their money, it's so and so. But the thing of it is, I've seen far too many people, I think her name was Hazel E., that had went over to the Istanbul to get a surgery. And we seen her crying, saying she was botched, she was hurt whatsoever. And, you know, we see a lot of these doctors, especially in Miami. And half of the time, when you go to a different state or out of the country, the other doctors, when you get back to wherever you live, they don't want to touch you because you was operated by somebody else. If you get a doctor that will help you, I'll be totally surprised, because a lot of them do not like to follow behind another doctor, especially if it's something like life threatening or anything like that. They don't want to get involved in it because they'll feel like you'll have a malpractice suit against them if something goes wrong. But these, people get these BBLs, mommy makeovers, and whatsoever. Some of them get them. They need a womb vac because their stomach is not healing. Um, a lot of them get them, with the silicone. They fly home, knowing you're not really supposed to fly because you can get blood clots, and that'll be another thing that's on you because you're supposed to move around after surgery. You can't sit around. You cannot sit because your blood is getting thick, and once you do move and get up and go around, the clot's gonna move up. And another thing is, people can do what they want to do with their body. I had selective surgery, not elective surgery, and I was scared out of my mind, just to go do what I had to do. But it was nothing cosmetic or something else dealing with a health issue. But the thing of it is, You can't control these people. I knew in Miami, the doctor was doing like 7 surgeries. Now they had a limit on it because these people was dying from these BBLs. And like you said, a BBL is like one of the most dangerous surgeries you can do because they taking the fat out of your stomach. They putting it in your butt. They moving your breasts and stuff around. I watched Botch, and I've seen so many people that has been deformed. They look a mess. Then they have to go back in and redo it. And another thing, people, understand this. Get what I'm saying. When you do a BBL, you have to do an upkeep on that BBL. That one surgery is you gonna have to do another surgery as well because as you get smaller or bigger or whatsoever, you're gonna have to go back and have that maintained. So all I can say to y'all is just be careful on what you get. Know the doctor. Know that you can reach the doctor because I know some people that went over there. They tried to contact the doctor. The doctor was nowhere to be found. He didn't even answer the calls. So what I'm just saying to y'all, just be careful on where you're going, who's doing it, and just be cautious because you only get one life. You only get one life, and it takes a microsecond to lose it. If you got a doctor that don't know what he's doing or he's practicing on you, that's all I got, Diva.
I appreciate you, Julius. You're up.
These BBLs be unaliving, y'all. What, like, come on now. I can't say it the other way, like from the social media creator, the song that she has out about it. Because we have to be strict with our words on YouTube. So I'm going to say it in the substitute way. These BBLs be unaliving, y'all. But it's the other way. Now she shared that song as a joke. Little did she know the epidemic that was among us. In that stir of a song, it turned into truth. Because it is. Y'all, hear me when I say this. Stop stop injecting these chemicals in you. For what? What is the purpose? You are going to end up unaliving yourself a whole lot quicker instead of allowing nature to do it. Stop. In all capital letters, treasure your life. Stop. If it's that you want to get some skin removed, go ahead, do that, but do your due diligence. Do your extensive background checks on your medical professionals who's going to be doing the procedures. Do your reference checks. Read the reviews. Do your homework. Like the great woman who's running for president said, if you want something, you got to do the work for it. Do the work instead of just jumping in the operating room. Do the work.
Oh, thank you, Julius. Shan, you're up.
Yeah, I think this is really sad. I hated how her sister said they just handed her an envelope, like, here you go, bye. Like, I feel like that was really insensitive. No compassion, no remorse. I didn't get any of that from them handing her the envelope. And like everybody said, do your research. It's very, very unfortunate. And I'm with you, Diva. If you're gonna get anything on discount, you get your clothes, shoes. But there's certain things it's just like quality over quantity. But either way, even if she had went to the most expensive doctor, I feel like there's just a lot of risks to these surgeries. And I feel really bad for her family. And it's really sad. And I hope they get to do their own private investigation to see what really happened. And I hope that the whole facility get investigated to see what really happened. Because, of course, they're not going to say it, right? Like, nobody's going to want to be negligent. But if you watch this show called The Resident,
Mhm.
A lot of medical errors you wouldn't even know happened, especially in the OR. That's allegedly, because it's like, allegedly. So, yeah, I hope they get their own private investigation. But there was a time I wanted to get a little, nip, a little, even though I'm slim and I don't. I don't really have nothing to do, but there was a time a couple years ago when it was like almost a trend, and it was, sad. Everybody wanted to have these gigantic butts. Thank God that's over, right? But I feel really bad. Just pray for her family. Yeah, it's very sad.
It's very sad. What's even sadder is they wouldn't even let her see her sister. They was like, she going by, get out of here. Here go your money. Here go her money. Here, be ready, book your plane ticket. You need to get out of here.
Right.
It's fortunate. She's fortunate that they wasn't prepped and going into surgery at the same time, so to speak. That would have been extremely tragic. Imagine waking up to find out your sister's gone. Finding out she's gone, period, is sad. Imagine you went under, she went under, and a family could have lost 2 family members. It's very sad. It's extremely sad. I just can't even fan on this. And they did something because parts of her body was missing. And that in and of itself should be a crime.
I know this one place. I don't know if you remember this story, Diva, with this woman. They had went in to do plastic surgery, and she woke up and her kidney was gone. They had stole her kidney. And then another thing, ladies, you get these BBLs. They all look the same. They all built like chickens. They got big butts and little thighs. That don't even match. How are you even holding all that up? You gonna have knee problems, back problems, and everything. Like I said, I'm not telling anybody not to do what they want to do. I'm just saying they all look the same. Why you want to look the same as another person? Get something original. Be yourself. But I'm not stopping nobody from doing what they got to do. I'm just saying they all look like chickens. They built like chickens, big butts and little thighs. But that's it, Diva.
Yeah. Q, you are correct. It saved her sister's life. I'm hoping that it stopped her from wanting to do it later. I feel the same way too. And listen, all the sisters are absolutely gorgeous. And you just, I don't know, the gorgeous family. It's just very, very sad. I'm gonna go ahead and roll into our next story. And our next story will do the 5-year-old that was left in the car. And I don't know what's going on with this memo in this situation and why people just simply don't get it. Is this the one I wanted to show? I hope it is. Okay, let's see.
A South Florida mother has been charged with child neglect after police say that she left her 5-year-old son inside of a hot car. 62-year-old Martine Louise Jacques appeared before a judge in bond court today. Police say yesterday someone in a Walmart parking lot noticed the child was left alone inside of a car with the engine off and rolled up windows. According to an arrest report, his mother was shopping inside of the store on Pines Boulevard near South Flamingo Road. A Walmart employee was notified and instructed the child to unlock the door, allowing him to get out of the car. Louise Jacques remains in jail on a $3,500 bond.
Whew. 62. And listen, I had my son late. Maybe she, I don't know. I'm not going to judge her. Hold on. Let me give you more details on this story. So boy finds desolately bangs on a window after being left in a sweltering Mercedes while his mom shopped at Walmart. A mother left her 5-year-old son inside a parked Mercedes with the windows rolled up as she shopped at a Walmart on a sweltering South Florida afternoon, police said. The boy, who frantically knocked on the car window to get the attention of a passerby, was eventually freed by Walmart employees, the police report said. Let me just stop this. Martine Louis Jacques, 62, was accused of child neglect. Why is this so late? Child neglect without great bodily harm and appeared before a judge on Tuesday. And we saw that report, and that's the mom. Police said the boy, who was not identified, was scared and distraught after being left in the vehicle for around 20 minutes while his mother shopped inside the store in Pembroke Pines. The Walmart employees observed the child unsupervised inside of the vehicle, which was completely shut off with all the windows up, it read. A passerby in the parking lot alerted a Walmart employee to the situation, and store workers eventually freed the boy by instructing him to unlock the car from the inside. After employees brought the boy inside the store, he ran to his mother, police said. The two left the location without speaking to employees and before the arrival of the law enforcement. The resident was she was arrested at her home after police used CCTV to identify her car and locate her address. She was taken to Broward Sheriff's Office main jail, and her bond was set at $3,500. Around 40 children died from heat stroke from being trapped in hot cars, according to Kids and Car Safety and Advocacy Group. More than 1,000 kids have died in these incidents over the last 3 decades. This is super, super sad. She's fortunate that he was old enough, to like knock on the window and say, like, I'm scared, I need help, or whatever the case may be. She's lucky that nothing happened to that boy. She could be in a worse situation right now. Katrina, your thoughts?
Okay, I can see her leaving him in there if he sleeps, thinking that she's going to run in Walmart and come right back out. You can never run in Walmart and come right back out because you have to be on the self-service line or standing in a long line. And then it's hot. It's hot, and you left the windows all up. At least you could have had the windows down so he can get some air, but you left all the windows up. Somebody need to give her that same treatment that she gave her son. They need to put her in a hot car and take her keys and wind the window up and see how long that she can be in there. That's ridiculous and sad. And like you said, Diva, he's lucky, because who to say that a child predator wasn't out there, or somebody that's looking to do to kidnap her child. You have these crazies out there, especially around Walmart. You have some crazy like people around there. They were everywhere, but I'm just saying in general. Maybe somebody, she don't know if her child could have been abducted or anything. You don't know what could have happened. And you in Walmart. Like you said, a lot of things could have happened. But you leave the child in the car with the windows all up, no air, no nothing. That's ridiculous and sad. She need to get the same type of treatment. They need to put her in the car, wind the windows up, make sure she can't get no air, and let her see how she likes it. That, like you said, so many things could have went wrong. That child could have been abducted. That child could have been trafficked some type of way. That child could have even lost his life, all because you went running Walmart with the windows up, no air, no nothing, and you get out the store before because you knew the police was coming. Because I know up in Georgia, you can't even leave your child in the car. I don't care if it's running or anything. They see a child in the car, you automatically going to jail. So you knew what was happening. That's why you got on out that store. But that's sad and ridiculous that you would leave a child in that car, in a hot car with the windows all rolled up. That's bad enough. That's just ridiculous and sad. Yeah, she need to have been locked up. She needed more time. They need to give her the same punishment. That's all I got, Diva.
I appreciate you. So when my son used to go to sleep, well, one, when he was car seat age, you just pluck the car seat out and throw it in the not throw it, but put it in the little push cart, the little shopping cart for the store. Even when he got bigger, I had this little blanket thing. If he did fall asleep, I get the cart, throw the little blanket down there, put him in the cart, and push around the store and do what I got to do. But you don't leave your kid in the car. Julius, your thoughts?
Her son was terrified. He was scared.
Mm-hmm.
This baby was only 5. Medea needs to come and teach this woman a lesson. Shoot, at this rate, listen, like that commercial in 2020. Call Medea telling on the millennials being down there for spring break. I'm gonna call Medea, tell her to stop. Tell these parents to stop leaving their children in these hot cars.
Especially
you
said Medea.
Medea with a capital.
Julius, you're killing
Yes,
me.
I did. Listen, we let gentle take a little bit too much over in our society. If your child is sleeping, you pick them up out the car seat.
Come on now.
Let them cry, let them scream, let them be fussy. You make a makeshift, like Diva just said. You put them in there gently with a drink to keep them cool, and you go about minding your business with them in tow. Don't leave them behind. Like I guess people are going like doing the scar syndrome from the Lion King, deliberately leaving their children behind, or just like trying to say otherwise. I don't get it. But get it together. A parked car in heat. Don't mix. Start using your critical thinking skills.
Thanks, Julius. Shan, you're up.
What a smart little boy. Thank God he knew to knock on the window. Thank God the Good Samaritan saved him. Thank God, because this could have been a worse situation. And there's no excuse to leave your kid in the car, sleeping, not sleeping, whatever.
Come
No
on.
excuse, especially in Florida. Florida is humid, right? In the summer, in August. Like, this is unacceptable. I don't think the bond is high enough. And I think there needs to be consequences because he could have, passed away. And I'm so glad that he knew to knock on the window and get help. And the way how she ran out of the Walmart, I'm glad they caught her because it's unacceptable. It's neglect. It's not right. And I feel like they probably saved that child from future issues. Allegedly. Maybe. But everything happened for a reason, and I'm glad that somebody was paying attention. Because you know how we are as a society. We like to mind our business. So we'll see things and we'll be like, okay, moving on. So I'm glad that somebody was paying attention, that somebody got helped. Thank God. And this happens a lot where kids are left in cars. I watch 48 Hours, Dateline. I watch a lot of true crime stuff. And this happens a lot where kids are left in the car. They suffocate. It's really sad. And it's becoming a real problem. And it's unacceptable. There's no reason. I don't care if you're going in there for 2 seconds. Because you never know. You could get caught up. The line could be long. You could get distracted. You could get more things. You could say you're going in for one thing and end up with 20 things. It's just no. So I'm glad that she's getting some consequences for her actions. And most importantly, I'm glad that the child is okay.
I feel
I
this.
say give her the same treatment. Put her in a hot car and wind the windows up and see how she like it. Give her the
Listen,
same treatment she gave him.
it's horrific. And you are right, Q. It did say he was frantically banging on that window, like, let me out, help me, right? And I will say this, just listen. Even when I'm driving, sometimes I'll turn off the air because I'm like, oh, I don't feel like the air keep blowing on me if I was driving too long. But literally, maybe 5 minutes after I turned it off, I got to turn it back on. Because I'm like, it's too hot in here. It's too stuffy in here.
Yeah.
So can you imagine? Just disgraceful. Tay, you up? But before you go, Tay, I do agree with you this one too, Shan. Maybe that boy was saved from a whole lot of other trauma that he might have been going through or went through. So I think it probably was a good thing. Tay, you're up.
One, I would never leave my kid in the hot box car right there. Two, I would leave the air conditioner on for him. Or three, I'll take him with me in the store, or I make it quick. Grab one thing and then go to the cash register and then get out quickly right there. I feel bad for this boy because His mom should know better. You don't leave no kids in a hot box car right there. What's wrong with you? And where's the old dad too? I mean, where's the old parent? Where's the dad? He should be staying there in the car with the boy. That don't make no sense right there. Did we just get to that old story about that lady who left her kid in the car for a casino?
Mm-mm.
And the old one before that too, Diva?
Mm-hmm.
These kids that did a stir, I mean, did not disturb to be here in the world. Y'all should, you should put them on adoption and let somebody take care of them. For the ones who did not have no children, it's shame on the mom, shame on the old mom too, and shame on the dad too. Y'all did not deserve to be a parent for these kids. Shame on you. I hope this mom got locked up forever. I'm sorry. I'm with you, Diva. I just don't like have kids in the hot box car right there. That's how I feel. That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. The other thing is, I would never leave a kid in the car nowadays anyway, even if the ear is on, for the simple fact there's so many carjackings that go on too. Do I want my kid in a car with the keys in there so they could come carjack it? I think not. This is a hot mess. E, you're up. Nice to see you.
It's been so long. I don't know if my mic is working. Hello, choo choo. Can
Check.
everyone hear me?
Right. Yes, we can.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right. Hey, everybody. Hi, Diva. So I
Hey.
came in on the tail end. I clicked on, I believe, when Julius was speaking. So I hope that I get the story correct. I don't believe in leaving children in the car. I just feel like it's egregious. And I the only thing I can understand, even though I don't agree with it, is I've been in Walmart with my baby. I've seen the way some people have a hard time um, with their children and managing. But it's never a scenario where I have been in my life where I've walked into Walmart and I've been out, so quickly, and you really can't time it. And it's not just anything can happen in that car. People are stealing kids. People are
Yes, they are.
doing things with kids and sending them all kinds of places. And your child is your most prized possession. So I just don't understand why you would, if you wouldn't leave your purse in the car and run into the car. And that opens up the discussion to a much broader topic, which is a lot of people don't want to be parents. And I think we should start there. It's not only men who do not want to be fathers, but it's a lot of women who do not wish to be mothers. And I don't think that a lot of people are honest with themselves before kids get here. People have these children and they do these, what do you call these gender reveals and do these baby showers, and they pretend to be happy about it because it is not socially acceptable for people to be honest and say they do not want to be a parent or they do not like being a parent. Because even when there are some women now who say, oh, I don't want any kids, people say, oh no, you're lying, every woman like they try to shame you into it. But I know a lot of people who do not want to be parents. I know a lot of women who don't want to be parents. And I know a lot of people who just don't like their damn kids. Every day when I go and pick up my baby from school, the carpool line is wrapped around the block because folks are never on time picking up their damn kids. And there's so many kids out there. Kids can't even find their parents' car when we pull up. This holds everybody up. It increases traffic, and it's always kids standing around outside in the heat, 90 degrees outside. And it was even hotter than that earlier in the month when school first started. We were at 101 one day, and just all these kids standing outside, and people are looking crazy. And again, I came in on the tail end when Julia said, don't leave your kids behind. behind. And it's so many folks leaving their kids behind. And I know that this baby, he had the tenacity and God gave him the strength to fight for help. And he had to fight to be seen and heard. And luckily, there were some people who were outside who didn't mind getting involved, and God put it on their heart to pay attention and to step up and get that baby out of the car. And thank God for them. But I still want to go back to this. A lot of people who just don't need any kids, and I think you should have to take a parenting class before you bring the baby home from the hospital. I do think that. And Diva, one more second. I haven't been here in a while, so I have to conclude with my 13.2 disclaimer. In this country is over $113 billion owed in back child support. And those numbers are just as recent as 2021. Tay said, put the baby up for adoption. And that would be great. But folks don't want to put the baby up for adoption because they feel it looks bad upon them. So what people need to do, there was a judge, I think it was Judge Maybelline on divorce court. You need to think deep before you leap. Stop having these babies if you really don't want to be a parent. How about that?
Well, there it is. Ease in the building, people. Ease in the building. Listen, this was a mess. Very sad. And there was, I just would not leave a kid in a car. And go in the store. You got to come in Walmart with me. If you don't feel like it, oh well, we got to go in Walmart. Is it sad? And you're right. People are still in kids. They're still in cars. A whole bunch of sinister stuff is going on. I don't even know how she felt comfortable leaving a 5-year-old in the car and running around Walmart. There couldn't have been nothing in Walmart that I would have needed that badly. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll into the last story. The worst thing in the world is when you realize that you don't want to let go of the idea that this man, it was a long time ago. I don't know how many years ago. It was a movie. I think it started out as a book. Then I think they made a movie out of it, talking about he's just not that into you. Okay. Jennifer Lopez did not want to admit and accept that Ben Affleck was just not into her. They said there was issues during the honeymoon. And she still wanted to hang on and try to hold that thing out. But tonight's story is really more about Jennifer Garner, Ben Affleck's ex-wife. They kept putting her in the middle. But you know what? She accepted being in the middle to the detriment of her own relationship. Her man told her at one point during this relationship, there was an article out there where he told her, mind your business. And I'm paraphrasing, let them handle their own business. Jennifer Garner just felt like she had to be the mediator in this marriage, and it cost her her relationship. So now we got 2 broken relationships. But Jennifer Garner, I'm going to blame this on you. You should have minded your business. So Jennifer Garner and John Miller on break from their relationship amid Ben Affleck and J-Lo's divorce. Jennifer Garner and her boyfriend, John Miller, have been on a break from their relationship amid Ben Affleck's divorce from Jennifer Lopez. Jen has so much going on with Ben, it just took a toll, a source told Life and Style in a story published on Wednesday, August 21st. And she and John ended up going their separate ways. It wasn't her choice. That man had enough. And if I get with somebody and they keep saying their ex name too much, deuces, I'm out. You ain't over your ex. Go back to your ex. I'm not dealing with this. In light of Ben's marital roles with J-Lo, 55, he's been leaning on Jennifer, 52, in his time of need. In fact, Ben, 52, and Jennifer were spotted arriving in Los Angeles together on Tuesday, August 20th, after they traveled to Connecticut to drop daughter Violet off at Yale University. Their outing came just hours before J-Lo filed for divorce from Ben after 2 years of marriage. She filed the paperwork with Los Angeles Superior Court on the 2nd anniversary of her and Ben's second wedding that was held at his Georgia estate. J-Lo listed their date of separation as April 26, 2024 in the filing, and she filed the paperwork without an attorney. Additionally, the wedding planner actress didn't reveal if there was a prenup in place. Ben and J-Lo's marital roles were first revealed in May, when In Touch exclusively reported they were headed for divorce. While neither J-Lo nor Ben publicly spoke about their relationship status, they hinted at their split by spending the summer apart. Meanwhile, the Gone Girl actor has been seen spending plenty of time with Jennifer in recent months. Ben's been turning to Jennifer Garner for advice and support, and that's been a big source of his annoyance for John. The insider told Life and Style he doesn't enjoy competing with her ex-husband for her attention. The source then explained that Ben and John, 46, have always gotten along. John likes Ben and tries to be understanding, but there's only so much a guy can take, the insider noted. According to the source, Ben basically made Jen into his personal therapist once he started having issues with J-Lo. She's who he runs to, but it got even worse after he left J-Lo. When he moved out, he got so incredibly needy. It was one crisis after another. And when he's not in state, Jen is always there for him without fail. John has finally had enough. The insider said that some friends have been saying Jennifer and John's split is all Ben's fault, adding Jen could be very easy on Ben, but privately, even she admits he's taken up a lot of her time, especially because they had so much parenting to deal with. While Jennifer has been by her ex-husband's side as his marriage to J-Lo crumbled, it appears that she's not interested in reconciling. It's got nothing to do with Jen having feelings for Ben. She's not carrying some torch for him, the source shared. It comes down to what's best for the kids. Jen is the type of mom who will always put their needs above her own. Okay. So the former couple, who were married from 2005 until 2018, shared kids Violet, 18, Finn, 15, and Samuel, 12. Jen's second chance at love has been ruined. The source continued referencing her romance with John. Instead of blaming Ben, she takes full responsibility for her life, though her friends aren't as forgiving. Jen and John were first linked in 2018, and they briefly split in 2020 before they got back together in 2021. Jen's inner circle really likes John and hopes they can get back on track one day, the insider said, sharing that their pals are still rooting for them. Well, he had enough. And you know what? Ben Affleck is needy. He's never going to go away. He's a hot mess. And so is Jennifer Lopez. And this is messy. But you know what? She did it to herself. Now, I also want to, let me see. I'm not even gonna go through this whole article. I believe I attached it to the description of this video. I just want to give you some more information on this. You know, J-Lo, she set herself up for this nonsense. And you know, they say you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Well, she got a stupid prize. It was Ben Affleck, and it cost a whole lot: humiliation, depression, and all kind of other stuff. So sources say that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez marital roles started during their honeymoon in Italy. How do you say I do, and you're supposed to be having the time of your life, and on your honeymoon y'all not getting along? I would have got that thing annulled. The honeymoon was over just as it started. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez relationship issues begin on their honeymoon in Lake Como, Italy. A source familiar with the situation tells Page 6. The couple's honeymoon included numerous public outings packed with PDA and shopping. And yes, there were, of course, cameras capturing it all. He, meaning Ben, was unhappy with the paparazzi following them. She is an international superstar, and he acted like it came as a surprise that they would be followed around, the source said. I'm just going to give a little bit more of this because this is the part where it gets crazy. When they went in front of the cameras, they would barely speak to each other during what was supposed to be the happiest time of their lives. How are you on your honeymoon and you're already not speaking to each other? This thing was a disaster. Okay. Let me see. They were barely speaking to each other, and that was supposed to be the happiest time of life. He sold her on him being a changed man, and that lasted a very short time, another source claimed. Another insider told us Affleck finally came to his senses about their renewed puppy love once his sobriety started to settle in with normality. When they started seeing each other again, he was just getting sober. He was in a vulnerable state, and whatever their chemistry played into that. He was in this friend's excitable state, the insider said. Affleck has been open about his struggles with alcohol in the past. He reportedly last returned to rehab in 2018. The whirlwind romance soon wore off once he adjusted to his sober life. Affleck started claiming more privacy, and he could no longer take Lopez's level of celebrity, according to the insider. He doesn't want the entourage and all the drama that comes with that in his home, the source said. This man was a hot freaking mess. I'm not even going to read the rest. Two relationships destroyed. Jennifer Garner, this is your fault. He's a grown man. I know he's the father to your kids, but let him handle his own business. That's probably part of his problem now. He's always used to somebody coming to save him. And Jennifer Lopez, when this man on your honeymoon was a nightmare. He wasn't speaking to you. A whole nightmare. And you still decided to carry on with this fool. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah. Is that reason why Jennifer lost all that weight, because she wanted to look like Jennifer Gardner? Because he was spending so much time with her than her? And did Jennifer Gardner forget the reason why she left him was because he cheated with the nanny? And y'all still in this little toxic man back in y'all life. He played you, well, he did you wrong the first time, Jennifer Lopez, and you didn't take that hint. You want to go double back. Why? I have no idea. When he sat up and said that you was a gold digger, you and your mom both, and that you did not meet his standards. You broke up 2 weeks before your marriage, your first marriage. And there you go, humbling back over to him again. You need to do some self-therapy or just look into yourself. Go out there with Russell Simmons and meditate. Get to yourself, because you have nothing inside. You have nothing inside, because everything inside is probably dead, because you're not loving yourself. You loving other people, and that's not going good, girl. Every man you got with, they have left you. I don't know what's going on with the inside of you, or what you got going on down, well, whatever you got going on. No man have stayed with you. Every man you got with, the only man I think you ever left was Puff Daddy. But no other man ever stayed with you. Something is not right in the internal part, because you cannot keep nobody. And then you don't give yourself time to get over another person. You just hop to the next. It's like you can't be alone. You have to have a man in your life. Girl, you do not. You have money. You have prestige. You can go anywhere you want to go. You can go on any beach. You can buy your beach. You need to just reflect on your life, reflect on yourself, because you reflecting so much on these men, or thinking like, okay, I'm so beautiful, why can't I keep a man? And so you just hop to the next thing that's coming along. And it's just crazy. Get some help. And being, no, he should have been got some help, because the sobriety he said that he's got is not sobriety, because you going from one woman to another. So maybe that's another addiction on him. It's just weird. I mean, she knew what she was getting when she got into that marriage. When we seen that man slam that door when she was walking from the coffee shop, and it was like, I'm done. It's just ridiculous. And for that to be shown, I would have left him then. And then on the honeymoon, girl, please, what type of honeymoon that you had? When I got back, we've been signed divorce papers, especially if he did the things to me that the people said that happens, that they wasn't talking, there wasn't communication. He fussed at, they was fussing at the award show. It's just ridiculous and sad. So hopefully this time she will reflect on herself and get herself together. Jennifer Gardner, you brought that on yourself. This man caused you turmoil in the first place. And I know you got kids with him, but you have to realize your marriage ended because he was messing around with somebody else. That's all I got, Eva.
I appreciate you. You said a mouthful. Shan, you're up.
So he didn't want to be around her entourage or drama, but he married her. Goofy. Like, why did he do that? I don't get it. And then complain about it later. It sounds like he's the problem. Like, I don't care about all the men leaving her, because maybe she just out of their league and they realize it. So they're like, let me pack my things and go. Okay.
Come on, man. I hear you.
I don't think that says anything really bad on her. But I feel like it's all a mess. It sounds like Ben is the problem. And it's sad because he's a really good actor. Gone Girl is one of my favorite movies, you know. But, yeah. I never heard of anyone having a bad honeymoon. It's literally the honeymoon. I'm with Katrina. I would have signed my papers right there. Remember, Love and Marriage, sign my papers and get my divorce.
No, that was oh yeah,
That
Love
was
and
Winter song.
yeah, not Huntsville.
That just came in my head.
Yeah, yes.
But
I
I
do
never
remember.
heard of anyone having a bad honeymoon. And the other Jen, she needs to move on. She's a good actress too. I feel like these people have better things to do. Like, I don't understand. You would think they're not booked and busy. I don't know. I don't really care about this story. Bless their heart.
Bless their heart. Thank you. E, you're up.
I have a lot to say. I'm telling you now. You know, I have a different take on this, and I'll start here. When I was in college, one of my classmates was an older woman, and she would always say to me, "I want you to meet my son. I want you to meet my son." And I kept blowing her off because it made me uncomfortable. But then one day, she told me again, "I want you to meet my son," and she showed me his picture, and I saw him, and he stood like a skyscraper over her. And I said, "How tall is he?" And she said, 6'6". And I said, "Oh, yeah, sure. I'd love to meet him." And I told her she could give him my number. And as soon as I did, this boy was texting and calling me all day, every day. And anybody who knows me knows I don't do all that texting stuff. Got him on up out of here real quick. So to sum it up, I found out this man was on the reserve list for the military and he was still living with his mom. And when I put two and two together, I realized she was really trying to pawn her emotionally disabled son, quote unquote. I don't know if he's really diagnosed with an emotional disability, but that's what it felt like to me. I felt like she was trying to pawn him on to me to get him out of her house so that he could move in with me. And she thought we was going to fall in love and have kids. I don't think so. So what am I saying here? Jennifer Gardner, I don't believe she was in the middle for any other reason other than the role that woman played at my college trying to set me up with her son. Ben is like a son to Gardner. And so Gardner did not want Ben back. And she wanted to make sure that he and Lopez worked out because she wanted Ben to stay at Lopez's house, drink up her liquor, smoke up her cigars and Newports, and keep all that depressive, misty blue, there's a heart in the house tonight attitude at the Lopez manor. And I hear you when you say Ben has struggled with alcoholism. I believe that was in the reading. But be clear. Lopez is battling with an addiction as well. It's a love addiction. And Lopez has a Cinderella complex where she feels she needs to save a man and have a man in order to live a complete and full life. And she doesn't. I heard Cher say one time, when a woman makes a certain amount of money and achieves a certain level of success, she's the man now. Because if you take it back to the biblical sense, the man's priority, what he was put on earth to do, is to protect and provide. With the resources that Lopez has, she can provide for herself and she can protect herself, hire some damn security. So when I say that she's the man now, I mean that in the most complimentary way. It's a remarkable feat to do. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's something to be applauded. Your bank account and your status suggests that you are the man. So all of this talk about her needing to keep a man is exactly what fuels her addiction to having a man to fulfill her destiny, which is already fulfilled. At that status and at that big age, men don't need to be kept. At that age, those men, Ben and all the men like them, no matter what color they are nothing but health problems, stress, and lazy ass sex. So it's time to reassess our positions in life. Let's see what God has blessed us with and not spit in the hand that God has given to you that is abundant. Enjoy your years by being single and booing up with whoever, whenever, and however. That is how you shine. Save yourself some lawyer fees and keep you a rotating roster. Choo choo.
Well, choo choo. E is in the building, people. Tay, you're up.
Woo woo, E. Welcome back, sis. I miss you. You know. Don't forget, Jennifer Lopez stole people music too.
Oh my. Yikes.
Every time we hear her, she got this man, this one, this one, and this one. Girl, are you thinking you so lonely? Because that age, you don't want to feel like you grow old. You just need a man by your side. Look at here. I don't need no man. I need to take care of me, myself, and I. That's who I'm gonna take care of. Me. I don't need no man at all. I'm just take care of my children come first. Their priority come first. Their needs gonna come first. And after this right here, finally, I was so happy, Diva, when you posted they get divorced. I was so happy. I said, finally, hallelujah. Well, I said, finally, they go right there. Thank the Lord for that. Because we tired here. Jennifer Lopez and Ben every time. Every time we hear about them. And I feel Jennifer Graham, you should keep out people business. You should stay with your man that you date right there. Then when you won't have no problem with that. Ben, you are trash. I'm sorry. I love you, Ben, as an actor, but you just are trash right there. Let's everybody get off their go on their separate ways. Go on their separate way. Okay, we don't hear this no more. That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. Shan and everybody else. Yes, I heard about Jennifer Williams. She's another one, though. I think people need to learn how to be with self. They really do. Because if you don't stand for something, there's this saying that says you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. This man is way younger than her. That part, right? This man is way younger than her. Talking about Jennifer Williams. For those that know, and I may do it. Maybe we have to put on
I'm
the
sorry
doc.
to take the train off the. I was
No, that's fine. That's fine. Because it seems to be a Jennifer problem, right? You got Jennifer Garner, Jennifer Lopez, and Jennifer Williams. Just don't get it. This man is way younger than her. And listen, I do believe that people should get second chances, but I also think you should look at their track record. Jobs look at a resume for a reason. Because if they look at your resume and they say, oh, this person, they only worked here for 10 days. They only worked here for 3 months. They only worked here for 70 days. Something ain't right. So if you got a man and he got all these baby mamas, and when you meet him, if all the kids he has, they're 5 and under, I can't do it. I can't do it. If you got a newborn, in my mind, I'm thinking, nah, you and that baby mother, y'all still got stuff to wrap up. I ain't dealing with all that. I'm not buying no Pampers, no Similac, no Infamil. I'm not going to be laying in the bed, we sleeping, and she calling because the baby's sick. No, I'm not. That one, every man she met was problematic. Sometimes you got to take a break. You got to woosah. You got to pray to whoever you believe in. Get some sage around you. That story, that Jennifer Williams story, is a hot mess. Julius, did you speak on this Jennifer Lopez story?
Well, I just wanted to say some wise words from the prophet RuPaul. If you can't love yourself, how the heck you gonna love somebody else? Can I get a high amen?
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
The prophet RuPaul done said that, and it's like people's like, I want, like, love yourself. Sometimes when folks are removed from your life, not by choice, it's for you to look in the mirror, to do the internal work, to learn, to heal, to grow, and to rediscover and love oneself. Jennifer Garner, baby, as Monique said, my sweet baby. Look here, listen. Listen to cousin for one good time, okay? Your babies is grown. Okay? Your babies is grown. Stay out that man business. Go and get your man back and work it out with your man. Cause he seems like he wants to be with you and loves you and he loves the kids and he could be a stable role model for the kids. Go and work it out with your man. But work it out with yourself as well.
That part.
Now, as for Hansel and Gretel, these two, one keep just jumping out of a relationship, and then the other one is a slouch hot mess. They are both toxic. They are both a hot mess. They are both all over the place. I'm sick of the both of them. I'm sick of the both of them. They don't know how to love themselves. They are stuck in Never Land. Can't get out of it for no never mind. I'm just sick of it. I am just sick of it. And J-Lo, you came out with a song back in the day talking about I'm real. All I see is I'm fake. I'm just saying. Now, if we're gonna talk, let's talk. Because you have two little babies too, even though they're basically almost about 18, but they're looking up at you like, Ma, what you doing?
Come on now.
Why you out here with the malarkey in these streets? You are 50 semi years old, honey. It's time for you to look into the mirror, tackle your issues, and start internal healing and loving yourself. Love yourself, baby. Love yourself. And it's time for you to heal that childhood trauma that you talked about from your mama. Time to heal it. No more delaying it. As for Ben, you're a filthy hot mess. Get yourself together. Neither your ex-wife or your soon-to-be ex-wife want nothing to do with you. You done wrecked your ex-wife relationship and everything else. You wonder why your own brother don't want nothing to do with you. He didn't even come to your wedding. Let's just keep it real. You are a filthy hot mess. You are 50 some odd years old as well. Time to grow up.
I appreciate you, Julius. You know, it's a mess. It's a whole hot mess, like you said. So we're going to roll right into the feel good story. You know, there's a lot of people in the Black community that just don't know how to swim. And a lot of tragedy happens over them not knowing how to swim. But this man is determined to change all of that. I think it's a good feel good story. Let's take a look.
That is helpful for parents everywhere, and that they definitely care about water safety. Historically, people of color have faced greater barriers when learning how to swim. Recent stats show about 26% of Black parents and 32% of Hispanic and Latino parents never learned how to swim. That's compared to less than 4% of white parents. Elise Preston tells us how one man in Los Angeles is trying to change that by offering lessons in his own backyard pool.
I can't swim either. Don't worry about it. We'll learn together, okay?
This isn't your usual swim class.
Take your time, back the steps, and go slowly.
And Conrad Cooper isn't your typical instructor.
Why are you kicking so fast? Are you in a hurry? You have a date with something?
For 3 decades, the 70-year-old has been juggling tens of thousands of little ones, teaching them to swim in the warm turquoise waters of his backyard saltwater pool.
I love what I do. Don't rush. Take your time. It was about getting kids who initially looked like me to get comfortable in the water.
Diversity in aquatics is lacking. Cooper took note when his own nieces started swim lessons 30 years ago. So he dove into teaching. At first, it was just a side hustle.
Let's do this for fun. So let's just see if we can get some kids to learn how to swim in the neighborhood. We have access, we have a pool, take advantage of that.
Do you think the fact that you are Black, do you think that helps the children trust you a little bit more, that it helps the families trust you?
Absolutely. Often they've been someplace else, they weren't treated quite the same way, in a different kind of environment, not like this.
That reflection is desperately needed in a world where children of color face greater safety risks in water.
Slowly, one arm at a time.
When you look at the numbers, Black children are 7 times more likely to drown in a pool.
Absolutely.
That's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking. And I'm helping to get them out of that particular situation where they are now safe and comfortable in the water.
A heartbreak Cooper's wife and business partner, Londa Parks, knows. Her own brother drowned when she was just a toddler.
He was just 8 years old and he didn't know how to swim. When I'm swimming, I think about, wow, you know, I'm doing something that my brother didn't even get a chance to do.
And the couple is doing its part to influence change. Cooper's presence puts both 4-year-old Bodie and his father at ease.
You better stay there.
I think he could view Conrad as like an uncle.
Why does it give you comfort?
I was raised in a Black household. It's a reflection of how I grew up and what, how I learned to swim and being in the pool with my uncles.
You're also teaching adults now.
As much as I love teaching kids, it's really a joy teaching someone who's been afraid of the water for 15, 20, 30 or more years.
Davina Jackson's children inspired her to take the plunge at 37 years old.
It was amazing. It was an amazing feeling. Like, I don't have to have the fear that something's going to happen once I get in the water. I'm at ease.
While it took some coaxing at first, this group of kids ended the week with some smiles and a sense of achievement.
You tell me when you're ready. Go, buddy.
Why is it so important for you as her mom that your 6-year-old Black daughter is breaking generational and historical myths?
Oh, because that's what we are here to do. We are at the vanguard of our experience, and I want her to go further than I did.
Keep going, don't stop.
When you look at how many people of color around the country are not swimming, what is your biggest hope?
That they continue to find somewhere where they can have access to a pool and learn better swim lessons in communities that are underserved.
Let's go together.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Elise Preston in Los Angeles.
I thought it was a great story, everyone. Listen, guys, y'all know the routine. I appreciate y'all for spending time with me, especially when many are watching the convention. So if y'all did not hit that like button on the way in, please hit it on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Do not cheat the divorce right now. Thank you.